But I was really trying not to get like fried because we got there on Wednesday and we couldn't get sunburned before the wedding because, you know, I was in the wedding, so I didn't want to look like a lobster in pictures and stuff.
Got you.
So I was just very adamant about not getting fried. My back got a little bit burnt one day, but yeah, I was very adamant about not getting sunburned, which is fine. I like being tan, but no skin cancer.
Yeah.
Probably a little still, but what's this pod about, Char?
How was your trip to Mexico?
My trip was great.
Yeah.
Cabo was probably one of my favorite places to go in regards like to proximity, cost, people, just kind of like the whole everything about it. I like it. So
nice.
We stayed on a resort, which was kind of far out of town. It was like a 35-minute drive into town. So there's like different ways you could like go about Cabo. It's like you could stay in town and like be a town junkie, go to the marina, go like around shopping. There's a bunch of restaurants and stuff, which is totally fun and cool. Or you could stay, like we stayed at the Hard Rock, which was 35 minutes north of town, and all inclusive. And like we only left the resort once, which was still cool. It's just different vibes, you know.
Yeah,
so,
I got you.
Yeah, I think they're both fun. I think in Cabo, either or is good.
Yeah,
like I have fun regardless.
That's cool.
It was good though. I needed a vacation. I unplugged completely.
Little break.
Pretty much.
Break from reality.
Yeah, it was just nice not having a schedule, honestly, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it was just nice not having anything. And that's one thing that, like, there's some things I learned this week, and it was that, like, literally nothing we worry about matters.
Yeah, dude. Like, I've been trying to...
We create all of our own problems.
Yeah.
And life needs to be a lot more simple than Americans make it. Like, our lives do not need to be so complicated.
That's deep.
Like,
but I like it.
It's pretty simple, but like, it just doesn't. I don't know. Like we make a lot more problems for ourselves, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
You know. So I don't know. It was just nice to be like in a stress-free environment and just like.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was a resort, so it's not like reality, but like,
yeah,
you know what I mean.
I think it's definitely necessary to at least have one of those trips every year.
100%. And like when we went into town, like, you know, the people are like selling stuff and like have their shops in town. And granted, they probably make less than $500 a month.
Really?
But like they all live, like they all have houses. Like a lot of the resort employees live in apartments and stuff, like right outside the resort, and like some live in town. I mean, you don't need that much to live in Mexico in US dollars. Depends how you want to live though, because there was houses next to the resort that were probably like $3-4 million on a golf course, pools and stuff. So, you know, but yeah. But where I'm going with that is like these people in Mexico make so much less than people in the US, and they're just as happy
because their life's simple.
Yeah, it's simple. Like they don't have a bunch of shit.
Yeah,
like,
I see so many people talking about like their happiest times from those who are like pretty wealthy now is between 10 and 20K. A month? Yeah, because once they got past that 20K a month mark, the money just got confusing to manage.
Yeah.
And there was just more that went into everything about it. So
yeah. No, I agree. I think there's like the happy medium. But even like in Costa Rica, those people have nothing, and they're even happier than you know, the Mexicans and everyone that we were talking to. Like I don't know. It's crazy when you take away everything, you're like so much more happy. But it's because like one, that's like all they know, but two, like that's all they need. Like we have a ton of wants here in the U.S.
Yeah, 100%.
Like honestly, I've been out of the country like a handful of times, but like this trip really just like hammered it in there, and it was like I need to change some things.
Yeah,
in a sense of like I literally need to worry about nothing.
Yeah,
everything I do is like it matters, but it's also like.
I know. I feel like
happy.
I know 100%. I feel like that's how I'm going to feel after my trip too. I'm I'm going to Belize for.
Have you been out of the country before?
Never been out of the country. Just got my passport a month ago, I think.
Brush up on your Spanish a little bit.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, it'll be fine over there, I think. Cause
if you're on a resort, it's fine. It still does help though. But just be careful, because if you say anything in Spanish, they'll start talking to you in Spanish, and they're like, "Oh shit."
Yeah, no, I probably won't try and go there because I haven't, learned Spanish in a while. But no, I think I'm gonna have a similar outcome as to how you feel right now, because I've never been out of the country, and when I went to Hawaii,
it's eye-opening.
Hawaii was eye-opening.
Even Hawaii, yeah,
like that was crazy. And my aunt and uncle who are getting married in Belize, they said that this place was much better than Hawaii. The place that we're going to visit. I'm like, how can you get better than Hawaii and what I experienced there?
Yeah, I've only been to Hawaii when I was like 4, so I don't really have any recollection or opinions, but I could just imagine that, like, Hawaii is just kind of something, like, yes, like, I do want to go. Like, I want to go with Brie. I want to have, like, a great time. But it's also, like, I think I could have a lot more fun in other places.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I just want to explore too. Yeah, like Costa Rica, somewhere where I want to go.
Do a Costa Rica trip, bro.
Dude, we should do it.
It's pretty cost effective.
Yeah,
it's not terrible.
I've always wanted to visit there.
Just traveling down there sucks from Boise.
Yeah,
it's like 2-3.5 hour flights, but
yeah,
whatever. It's whatever.
Yeah, that's cool that it was eye opening for you, and it kind of changed your mindset a bit. Like,
yeah, like I said, I've been out of the country before, but like this time just really hammered it in.
Yeah,
like usually when I go to Costa Rica, like it's like.
Yeah.
But I don't know, this time like we were in town, and like maybe because I'm just getting like older and like maturing, but like I just notice things a lot more.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, these people just like keep it simple, man.
Yeah.
And it's just,
I know.
That's why like I want to like kind of absorb some like minimalist tendencies and like habits.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes it's hard when you have a partner.
Yeah.
Too. Like I could be a minimalist in a lot of areas. Just not some that, might be more effective.
Yeah.
Just as like shit in the house. Like there's some, like I can't just have 2 cups.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
that's funny.
What'd you do when I was gone, Char?
Just worked, man.
Char held it down.
I did. I made a lot of micro content that was pretty fun, and then just did a lot of editing, hung out with Blake a little bit more.
He's not here today to hang out with me.
Yeah, I know. Where the fuck are you, Blake? Anyways, just same old. Definitely missed Riley a lot though, because it's always nice to have him here because we can bounce ideas off each other at Quickbites.
Yeah, you're leaving for like 12 days though. So
yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm sorry. We should have done it at the same time.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not, because then
maybe they'd kind of.
Yeah. I've never like went on a vacation and like trusted someone with everything before.
Really?
So
that was nice that I kind of stepped
give yourself
in.
a gold star, because I'm OCD and perfectionist.
Yeah, I know.
And I literally let you drive, and I didn't even think about it.
Good. That's what you need to do though. Like,
oh yeah, I just need to
when you go on those trips, you need to just like have a good time and take a break from everything we deal with, because like I get so caught up in like just life in general and overthinking everything. It's like I just need to. That's why I'm looking forward to this trip so much, because I can't wait to just chillax and not worry about anything. Like, I'm with my family. I'm in a new country. I'm in the sun. I'm in the water. I'm experiencing new cultures and different things, and I just think it's going to be so good for me. And I think that's why I'm so attracted to traveling, and because like I'm very like. I like doing things. Like, I'm adventurous. I like going and doing things, because if I'm in the same spot in my life or doing the same thing over and over again, like I go insane. Like, that's what literally the definition of insanity is.
Yeah.
But I think that's what I've noticed in my early adulthood is like, if I'm always doing something and constantly learning new things, trying new things, and that kind of allows me to not be as anxious and kind of feel as, stuck. Like, there was like a period where I felt kind of stuck most recently, and I quickly realized it was because I wasn't learning anything. And I started reading books. Like, I started reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and once I was learning things, and I'm like, I can actually look forward to this and apply this to my life, like, investing in, you know, assets that are going to be income producing and things like that, and just having a different mindset on things, it just really changes how you view everything about life and the way money works. And I think from this point on, I'm just going to always learn, because it'll allow me to just kind of move forward, knowing different knowledge is coming into my brain. So
that's so true.
Yeah.
Because I've been there too, and I'm like, what is wrong? And then like I learned something new, and it just comes down to that. Yeah, like learning, always progressing in a sense. Like not stressing yourself out to be like, I need to learn something tomorrow.
Yeah.
But like just not being stagnant in a bad way.
Yeah.
Because like you can relax and like give yourself like relax time, whatever, like throughout the weeks or whatever. But just not being completely stagnant with like your mindset or what you're doing every day. Because it's hard to do the same thing every day and like not want to go insane. Because like I also agree.
Yeah. I started reading that book a couple weeks ago, and I think I'm going to read so many books from this point on, just because I feel like I have so much to learn. And the fact that like I didn't go to college, and there's a lot of kids my age that are learning right now, I think
we got to hyper learn.
Yeah, we got to use the books and the information from other people that we look up to kind of apply it to our lives and kind of get ahead of the game,
Yeah.
So that's just what I never thought I'd be a reader too. I never enjoyed
I'm an audiobook guy.
I never enjoyed reading, but when I got into personal finance books,
it was like pleasure reading.
100%. Like my usual schedule is like after work I'll get home, work out, and then come and read like 15 to 20 pages of my book. And I have
to be single.
I have 15 to 20 I read 15 to 20 pages, and then I have a journal that I write down all the things that stick out to me.
Damn, bro. What sparked this?
I really don't know. I was just like,
you got bored while I was gone.
Yeah. But no, I was just like, I think I want to work so hard to the point where money's not a problem for me, and like I don't stress about it like we talked about. And I know that we want to keep our life simple, right? But I think once we make money, we'll realize like we know that it's not going to make us happy, but it's just going to have a little bit more security for us. And I want to learn how to like be able to like play it smart financially.
Yeah. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing because I'm just like, dude. Yeah, because it's like, I mean, I have like probably 5 or 6 issues in my life right now that money could fix. So it's like, boom,
exactly, right?
Wiped out.
Yeah.
Money doesn't buy you happiness, but it makes it a hell of a lot easier to be happy.
100% agree.
Because like literally,
say it better.
There's so many issues. It's like if I had this money, this would fix it. And then you get to the point where it's like, all right, you have all your bases covered. One thing this trip also really reinforced in me was like, all right, I need to work as hard as I can to get out of the everyday hustle. Because like
I'm in the same mindset.
I've been an everyday hustler for like 5 years, which is not even that long, but I'm just like, all right, we need to start working harder or not harder. I need to start working smarter, because like I literally, when I was in Mexico, I was like, I want to stay here.
Yeah.
If I wanted to extend this trip by another week, like I want to be able to do that.
I want to like just hop on my fucking private jet and just go from
there's so many Lears
Cabo to Argentina, like just something like that, with Riley.
Yeah.
Like we want to have that life.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people see that as a negative because, how do I say this? A lot of people just like are insecure that they don't have things, so they think it's a bad thing because they don't have it.
Yep.
But it's like if you had it, you'd be a lot more grateful. And yeah, also like I've just seen how money works.
Mm-hmm.
Like growing up and like now seeing like my family and like how much money they used to make, how much money we make now, like just even just me and Bree and like my parents, like my sister, whatever.
Yeah.
Like everyone's just like a lot happier when we can we were all able to go to Cabo and like spend that whole week together celebrating my sister and her wedding, and like so much joy came from that.
Yeah, and because you had money, you were able to purchase a trip and
like, and so it's just I've also really thought about like it's like buying a house lately. I'm like, if I bought a house in 3 years, like it would just like. It just doesn't make sense for me at all right now.
It doesn't?
No.
Yeah.
Because like let's say I had $100,000 in the bank, right? I don't, but let's say I did.
Yeah.
If I went and bought a house, $500,000 house for 20%, that $100,000 would be gone.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, all right, well, I'm paying my mortgage, but I can't do anything else. So it's like,
and then if that house doesn't appreciate it at all, then it's like you lost that $100,000.
Yeah, and everyone's gonna have a rebuttal to that, and that's fine. Everyone has their opinions.
Well, that's something they talk about in the Rich Dad Poor Dad is like the middle class and lower class talk about how their house is an asset. But the rich people
that's the part,
talk about how it's a liability.
Yep.
And the author of the book talks about how he would make his way up because when he would like sell the home, you could use the equity and the property tax free and just keep going up. And that's how he was able.
You never liquidate it and just keep the money.
Exactly.
So it's like, unless you like open a HELOC, whatever the hell. But
that's why like I want to play it smart. I'm like, if I am gonna buy a house one day, it's gonna be like I'm not gonna go out and if I'm starting to make really good money, I'm not gonna go out and buy like a $600,000 and up house.
Well, yeah, and it's also there was this thing on Instagram. A couple agents posted it, and it was like people's net worth that own a home versus people's net worth that don't own a home, and it was just like so misconstrued. Like everyone in the comments was like, they're like, dude, this is like wildly inaccurate because it's like, yeah, I don't know. So there's lots of arguments.
Were they saying that the people that own a home have a higher net worth?
Yeah.
You want the reason they're doing that is because they want to make money.
Well, 100%
selling,
and that's
house.
the thing. Like agents are always going to say it's a great time to buy a house, and that's great. You're hustling.
Yeah.
I also saw this dude on TikTok. I just followed him after I saw this video, but he was like, after I started meditating every day, and I can't remember else what he said. I can't remember. Oh, he was like, after I started meditating every day and like tripping on shrooms every full moon or something, he was like, I just couldn't go back to being a real estate agent. He's like, I just couldn't do it.
That's funny.
But it was just funny. But no, dude,
I think that's
where I'm going with that is like, I would rather take that $100,000 and live some damn life. Like live some life, dude.
Only
because
once, man. Or have the security to know that you
also,
have
like,
that much.
Yeah. Also, like I get home from a trip and I'm like, God, I got to mow my yard. I got to redo my this and that. I got to pay my property taxes. It's like it's just so much more work and effort that I don't want to put into a house. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
Like if I own a house one day and I have to do all that, I better be making enough money to where I can hire someone to do all that for me.
Yeah.
Like I just it's not worth my time.
Yeah.
I'd rather rent something that. Like when we were in Mexico, we just moved in, so there was like, a couple things that needed to be tweaked and fixed or whatever. And we left for a week, got back, and it was all fixed. It was like amazing.
Dude, isn't that nice? You can just like I have an app where I just submit a maintenance request and they just go in and do it. I'm like, if you own a house, you'd have to hire a contractor to come out and fix it for you or do it yourself. So
which I'm all for being handy and like figuring shit out on your own.
Same.
But like if I could spend that time, this is gonna sound really cliche. If I could spend that time like making money or like doing something else,
no, it's
like,
true though. Like
count me in.
You get to a point where you're
doing something I'm enjoying.
Yeah, you get to a point where you're making so much money that what is your value worth per hour?
I even look at that now. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
Like, well, probably not right. You can do that. Still,
yeah.
But it's just like about being
mindset, man.
Mindset, man.
That's fucking mindset. Perspective.
Like I don't even fucking care. Like perspective is so important.
Like time over efficiency equals gratitude.
I can't wait to
Gary VCon. VCon. I was just talking about.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
We'll just leave it in there.
We'll just put that there.
So you want to wrap that pot up or?
What are we at right now? What are we looking at?
We out.
All right. See you, pod.